Well, hello, Steiff superfans. How are you? Are you in the mood for something fun? I certainly am. So I wanted to share something with you that recently came here to Steiff Central, which I think is just super cool and really adorable. So with that in mind, let's get started. So I knew this was coming because the person who previously owned it gave me a heads up that she had found this amongst her mother's treasures as she was helping to downsize and deaccession her home and collection. So this I knew was coming. So it wasn't a terrible surprise, but what was so surprising was how much I fell in love with it when it did finally arrive here. So this person mailed this item to me, and this item did not come from very far, but it took a few more days than I was hoping for it to arrive. So I spent several days waiting by the post box for my postman to bring the box, and today it finally arrived. So that's the great news, and the better news is that I get to share this with you now. So are you ready? Okay, let's go. So what I have for you today is the smallest, the teeny tiniest early Steiff Bully. Now, hopefully you recognize this classic design. This is Steiff's little bulldog. And this is the smallest one that Steiff made. This is the 7-centimeter one. And these fabulous little guys appeared in the line overall from about 7 centimeters to about 50 centimeters from 1927 through about 1939. So they were in the line for quite a bit of time, and they were so popular that from 1927 through 1931, the company sold over 250,000 of these designs. That's 250,000 of these little guys came out of the Gingham factory to go all over the world. That's how much they were loved. So let's take a look at him from head to toe and figure out why he's just so irresistible. You have to agree, aren't you in love? I certainly am. Anyway, so let's look at him. First of all, what's so interesting is that he's made out of velvet. And these guys came in velvet, and they also came in mohair. And the colors were either black and white like this, and they also came in sort of an orange, sort of a flame color along with white. And I've seen them in brown and white. I've seen them in blue and white, and I've even seen one example in red and white, which I believe was a sample that never really went into full production. So this little guy is the velvet version, and what's amazing about him is if you look at his coloring, it's still really nice. It's a whitish tan, and what generally tends to happen with velvet over time, unfortunately, the fabric itself is really durable, but it tends to pick up dust and dirt and the oil from your fingers really easily. So usually you see this much more darkened, but this has maintained its lovely color. And you see, even as a tiny little guy, 7 centimeters, he has a wonderful and lifelike form. You can see his little haunches and the detailing on his face, very authentic. So his presentation is just utterly charming. So let's start at the top and work down and see why he's really so beautiful. So he is the black and white version, and you can see that wonderful intricate mouth with the jowls and such. His ears, the larger ones are usually lined in metal, and these are not, probably because it's just too small to do so. They'd be posable. These little guys are not. And you can see he has the inset coloration, stitched in color on his muzzle. He's got black little nose, the brown and black pupil eyes. He's wearing what's called a horsehair collar, an Elizabethan style collar, and these were used on dogs to show that they were of royal stature. Very important. Important people would have these dogs as pets and such. And this was a sort of almost like, like a diamond necklace for a dog would be these horsehair collars, and very sophisticated. His head is not, his head doesn't move. They do on the larger sizes, and I'm guessing that's due to the proportions in his scale. He's got his original bell. You can hear it here. And he's got his little wire metal tag that says Bully on it. And that suggests that the dog was created at the very beginning of the production timeline, because he also has his long trailing F button and red ear tag. So that's the adorable little Bully, and what makes him so sweet, precious. It's amazing that he's in such good condition. These smaller sizes were often given to children as toys, and they would hold them and love them to death, as I probably would as a child, but he's in great shape. It's almost like he was found in a drawer tucked away from 1927 and just found, and that very well could be the case. Anyway, that's the beautiful, beautiful little bully. He has such a gorgeous presentation, and it's amazing how well he translates in such a small size. I do have a couple others to share with you. And you can see what a difference just a couple of centimeters makes. Here's the 7 centimeter, and here is a 10 centimeter. And you can see really how they scale, but not exactly. Beautiful. And here's a mohair version. You can see they generally tend to look a little bit chubbier, but they're still quite beautiful. And this item was also made in a couple of novelties, including things like a music box and a pincushion. And one of the most beloved ones is a puppet. And you can see this one has the wonderful orange tipped mohair. So it's just a lovely and classic design. And I'm glad I could share this with you. And I hope you have fallen in puppy love as I have. Well, until our next unboxing or mini lecture, I send my best and Teddy hugs. Hope all is well. Please stay safe and please stay well. And see you soon. Thank you. Bye for now.